kahit saan ako nakakarating sa Pilipinas. Pero kung may nakita kayong public place na tingin nyo kailangan yan, pakireport na lang sa DOH or sabihin nyo yung administrator doon because this is the law and it needs to be followed. What's also interesting to note, dear colleagues, is that itong lactation stations natin are also available in the Senate and in the House of Representatives. The lactation station in the Senate is also my project with our Gender and Development Office. Circa what year? I think this was before my second term ended in 2016. I also want to point out that here, one of the reasons I take time delivering this speech is because many of us have female colleagues. Many of them are mothers. Many of them have given birth, and many of them would like to breastfeed. And one way we can support them is, of course, this breastfeeding room, which is open to the public. The good news here is I've heard reports where a resource person would attend the hearing, nagbe-breastfeed siya. Alam niyo naman yung hearing natin, minsan abutin ng 4 na oras, 6 na oras, and they were very relieved to know that, pakibalik lang yung picture, to know that may breastfeeding room tayo. But I also want to take the opportunity to commend my staff. I have many female staff, including my lawyers, including my personal staff, who are models for the working mom breastfeeding life. There are dozens of photos of them discreetly discreetly breastfeeding behind the scene. Whatever work their principals are doing, they're still there discreetly breastfeeding. So I encourage our colleagues to take note of this kasi these are working moms na even though napasa na natin yung 105 expanded maternity leave law sponsored by Senator Risa here in the Senate and which I authored when I was in the House, kailangan pa rin nila ng support while they are working with us. So, on the last point, this is an ongoing challenge for us. My office and I personally have breastfeeding seminars all over the country kasi ang laking tipid, I don't think I emphasized that yet, ang laking tipid for a family to be able to rely on a breastfeeding mom's milk. Ang laki ng, imagine if for 1 year nakakapag-breastfeed siya, ang laking bagay nun sa health ng anak niya, pero ang laking tipid din sa ibang gastusin dun sa pamilya. So, I hope DOH continues the work. Tayo naman po nag-advocate lang nito. But we call on all our colleagues to support this. And one last point is, in the Breastfeeding Promotion Act that we passed, it calls on DepEd, CHED, and TESDA to incorporate in the courses. Doesn't mean that you have to have a separate course dedicated to this. Hindi ganun yun. Ini-incorporate lang. So when you talk about family life, when you talk about health and nutrition, naka-incorporate yan sa courses nila. So I think that is the end of my breastfeeding lecture for everyone. I hope that you will all be supportive of your female staff and breastfeeding culture in the Philippines. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Senator Cayetano. Majority Floor Leader.
Yes, Mr. President. First to interpellate is one of our breastfeeding champions of the Senate, no other than Senator Bato de la Rosa. I move that he be recognized, Mr. President.
Senator De La Rosa, our breastfeeding champion, is
Thank you, Mr.
recognized.
President.
You may proceed, sir, with the permission of the lady.
Actually, Mr. President, this is not an interpellation, just a short manifestation. That for the record, since the senatorial comeback of the good lady from Pateros, Senator Pia, in the 19th Congress, she has been advocating for this breastfeeding, and for the record, I've been very supportive of her advocacy. Nakatatlong Congress na po tayo, and I want to be consistent. This time around, I want to support you because I myself, I really love breastfeeding, Mr. President. You know why? Please don't get me wrong. You know why? Kasi siyam kaming magkapatid na lumaki through breastfeeding ng aking nanay. And kapag darating yung panahon na tutuyo na yung gatas sa paano tawag yan? Tutoy sa amin sa Bisaya.
Tutoy, dede.
Yung tutoy ng aking nanay, lalo na yung medyo lumaki na ako, utusan kagad ako ng nanay. Oy, magsaing ka na. Kahit na hindi panahon pa na magsaing, i-advance mo na yung kakainin natin mamayang hapunan, magsaing ka na. You know why? What's the purpose of that? Totoo yung sabi ni Senator Pia na kung daw, hindi siya nutritious yung arms, yung from the rice. Arms from the rice.
Walang S,
Basta sa amin, kung yun ano yun, laot sa bigas. Pero yung sa amin, hindi yung sabi mo na huhugasan yung bigas. Kundi talagang lulutuin yung bigas habang kumukulo yung bigas, ibabawas namin yung tubig, kukunin tubig at yun ilagay sa biberon at pinapadidi sa amin. Hindi nga siya nutritious but it served the purpose. Dahil tatahimik na kami. Yung bata kapag nakadidi na ng arms na galing sa bigas, tahimik na kami dahil busog na eh. May laman na yung tiyan namin. So, I really appreciate parents na talagang nagsumikap na breastfeed yung kanilang mga anak. Dahil kung lalo na yung working, yung nanay ko nagtitinda sa palengke ng isda, talagang siguruhin niya yan na bago siya aalis, ma-breastfeed yung mga kapatid ko. At pag minsan, wala siya doon sa palengke, hinahatid ko yung kapatid ko doon sa palengke para i-breastfeed ng nanay ko. So, that's the reason why I love breastfeeding. Iba yung iniisip ninyo, kaya huwag kayong tumawa dyan. That's for the record, Mr. President. Thank you, and I am very supportive of Senator Pia's advocacy. Thank you, Mr. President.
And I just want to thank the gentleman for sharing that. It seems to be a core memory for him. Ako naman yung nanay ko, dinadala sa office ko yung anak ko para magpatuloy ng breastfeeding kasi after ng maternity leave na 60 days, ang hirap na hirap ako sa first few days kung paano ko iaano yung gatas ko. So yung mami ko dinadala niya. So same as you would do with your siblings. And I just also want to thank Senator Bato for sharing this story because and I've also shared this before. When I first started delivering these breastfeeding speeches, hindi nag-uumpisa pala yung speech ko, tumatawa na yung mga kalalakihan dito. So I thank the gentleman na hindi naman kayo tumawa nung nagsispeech ako kasi hindi naman nakakatawa ang breastfeeding. Natawa na lang kayo kay Senator Bato because sadyang nakakatawa naman siya. Pero niliwanag niya ang ibig niya sabihin. So thank you for that. Thank you for that kasi importanteng maintindihan talaga natin yung kahalagahan ng subject matter na ito.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Senator Bato. Majority Floor Leader.
Mr. President, hindi po ako kasama dun sa iniisip ni Senator Bato na may iniisip na iba. And that's why I am a big fan of Senator Bato and I know that he is indeed a champion for breastfeeding in this August chamber. Next, Mr. President, to interpellate is the distinguished gentleman from Palawan, no other than Senator Erwin Tulfo. I move that he be recognized.
Senator Erwin Tulfo is recognized for his interjections. You may proceed, sir, with the permission of the lady who has the floor.
Of course.
Mr. President, it's not an interpellation, rather a manifestation of my full support for Senator Pia Cayetano's privileged speech on the importance of breastfeeding. This month of August, as we commemorate both World Breastfeeding Month and our very own National Breastfeeding Awareness, it is timely that we renew our commitment to the welfare of Filipino moms and their children. With the kind indulgence of the Honorable Lady from Taguig, may I pose a few questions, not to challenge, but rather to underscore the significance of the issues she raised.
Of course.
Mr. President, question is, how much funding, public funding, is actually allocated to ensure these programs reach the women who need them most? Because if it's not enough, Mr. President, then we can probably, this budget season, we can ask the Department of Health to increase so that we can further help these mothers on their breastfeeding campaign.
Thank you for that question, Mr. President. For 2025, there is a budget of 25.9 million, so almost 26 million for optimal infant and young child feeding practices, which includes breastfeeding promotions. These are all under the Disease Prevention and Control Bureau budget. So my understanding is this is not entirely for breastfeeding. So part lang yan. Your question is so important, Mr. President, because when I mentioned the history and how milk companies have a lot of ads, may budget sila for ads, and they are promoting milk in a can. Wala naman tayong budget for promoting milk from mother's breast. Wala. The most lang na requirement is sabihin lang nila na mother's milk is best. There's a standard statement na ganon. So, definitely, Mr. President, yung idea po ng ating colleague to increase the budget would be very welcome. Thank you.
Right. The next question, Mr. President. Are there enough breastfeeding stations, not just in commercial establishments like malls, but more importantly, government offices and other public places, particularly in the provinces, Mr. President?
I doubt very much if there is any entity that has really checked how prevalent the public breastfeeding facilities are all over. I can only speak for my own experience kasi nga hinahanap ko yan when I travel. So I can say that in a far-flung terminal, bus terminals mas bihira. Medyo dun minsan kasi maliit lang, tapos wala silang space. But I've seen it in terminal pa ba tawag doon? Yung port. There you go, port. The port, kasi alam ng chief of staff ko yung port kung saan tuntua ako dun sa breastfeeding lactation room was the port from, is it Tubigon? Tubigon, Bohol to Cebu. So meron naman, but I'm so certain, Mr. President, that we can do better.
Because, Mr. President, the lack of these facilities may discourage moms or mothers from breastfeeding in public due to privacy concerns
Yes.
and societal perceptions.
That is absolutely correct, Mr. President.
One last point, Mr. President, what are the common obstacles that prevent mothers from practicing breastfeeding?
Well, thank you, Mr. President. That's my favorite question. So, again, I speak from experience, but I think many women have the same experience as me. If you're a working mom, at the time I was a working mom, so this was in the late 90s, early 2000. You only have 60 days maternity leave. So when you leave your baby at 60 days, like in my case, my babies were fully breastfed. My baby was fully breastfed. Pagdating ko sa office, nilagnat ako para ako magkakasakit kasi hindi ako sanay na hindi dumedede regularly yung baby sa akin. So parang yung gatas hindi ko malabas. So ang laki nung adjustment period ko. That's why I was saying that my mother would even bring my baby to me. And then I had to buy and experiment with different pumps. May mahal, may mura. Sa totoo lang nga, ang nag-work yung pinakamurang pump. I was blessed in that sense na nag-work yung murang klaseng pump sa akin. When I had my second baby, nag-upgrade na ako ng electric pump and that was very effective, pero mahal yon. So, if offices, and of course this would be the bigger offices, and that's what I also requested, I'm not sure kung meron tayo dito, pero alam ko ni-request ko yon, yung industrialized commercial pump so that it can be used by different women. Maganda sanang investment yon kasi it makes it very efficient to pump the milk while they're at work. So I think that's the number one difficulty for working mothers. Whether you have a regular job or katulad ng sabi ni Senator Bato na yung nanay niya nagbebenta sa palengke, pakahirap ng buhay na yon, nagta-travel siya, namimili ng bibebenta niya, magbebenta. I'm sure walang breastfeeding room dun sa palengke. But nowadays, dapat meron. The other thing, Mr. President, is really acceptance by society. Like I showed you the photos of my staff. Never ko sila pinilit, sila yan. Their maternity leave is done. They're attending the hearings. They wear what you can call like a breastfeeding. It's really the acceptance also of society na choice ng mother yon, kung gusto niyang gawin yon, hindi siya dapat mapahiya or mahiya or ma-embarrass. But like His Honor said, we also have to create these facilities that those who want to just do this in private can also do this in private. So it's also the facilities. But really, it's public acceptance, and then the promotion, like His Honor said, of breastfeeding versus having to purchase synthetically made milk.
Mr. President, on a personal note, I'm not ashamed to admit that I've always been close to our mother.